What is up, my people? Bringing you the next video of the Peach Tutorial 2016 edition. So this one, going over some of her floating mechanics, how to float, how to use it properly, and some tricks you can do with it. So with that out the way, let's just get this lesson started. So first, I'm gonna be going over the floating because people who are new to Peach, they're probably like, oh yeah, how do you float? What is the easiest way to do it? Like, I do not understand. Help! So I'm going to help you guys. So basically, to float, for me the easiest way to do it is jump and then hold down, or hold down and then jump, and then she'll just be on the floor. I jump with X. So when I float, I use X. So I press X and then hold down the stick. Now when you hold down on the stick to get the jump, to get the floating, let go of the control stick and you can literally move left and right. You have to hold the jump button. As long as you're holding jump, you'll be able to float. Like that. So once that, you can move left and right, and there you go. This is how you float. You can jump and then press down at any height that you want, and you will float at your desired height. Just press down when you want to stop, and you can float at any desired height you want. So there you go. That's how you float at whatever height you please. Now to do aerials while floating, I use my thumb. While holding X, I use my thumb and press A with my thumb. So I'm using my thumb for X, the jump button. So after I float, just let go of the stick and you do a neutral air, move forward, and you do forward air, bear, up air, there. That's how I do my floating aerials. I believe this is the easiest method for one to do it. Other people, they do like a claw method, like they use their pointer finger for X, and then they have their thumb on the C stick to do an aerial while moving the control stick left and right. However you want. You could also try setting one of your trigger buttons that you don't use to jump. That can also be helpful. Configure your configurations however you want, whatever makes it easier for you to float and do your aerials. I'm using a GameCube controller, but other people, they might use a Pro controller, they might use a gamepad, they might use a 3DS, whatever controller you prefer. Mess with the configuration, see what's comfortable for you to get it to your liking in terms of floating with ease and doing your attacks with ease. Now, doing moving neutral airs, I get this question a lot. Like, a lot of people, they have trouble doing this. Alright, so basically to do that is, when you float, when you're running and you float, right, let go of the control stick, your momentum gets carried forward. Like, you don't stop in place. So I'm floating and then I let go of the stick, and see, my momentum gets carried forward. So once you run, just float, right? Initiate the float, let go of the control stick, and then just hit A. And you get that. That's pretty much how you do floating nairs. So just get this down. Once you do that, do it moving, and then practice doing this. You do it in place, you can do it moving, you can do it drifting. To do it drifting is basically let go of the stick while you got your momentum forward, do a neutral air, and then pull back. That's the drifting. Same thing with doing a fair, initiate the fair, and then pull back. Once you press A, pull back. And same thing with her bear. So that's pretty much it. If you have a hard time doing it, just slow it down. Just start it off slow, like drift, do a nair, and then once you get used to it, just do it faster and faster. Step up your speed once you feel like the current speed that you're working on, you got it down. Be like, alright, let me step it up a little bit more. Now let me practice it at that speed, and then rinse and repeat over and over and over until it's just second nature, and then you could just do it like this. So there you go. So there's floating and using your aerials, floating whatever height, got that out the way. Now, the uses of her floating outside of air attacks is also to attack your opponent while evading their offensive actions. So in this case, you know, it's best to float over the character's head. Like right here is good. but some characters, depending on weight class, they won't get hit with all of the dares. So you gotta be a little bit closer to them. But around this height is good. You can evade a lot of attacks and start something of your own, such as this, which I already covered in my other videos. So you can do that. Just be aware that there are some ground attacks that can hit you out the air, like Morphin Lucina's jabs. The third hit of Ike's jab combo. There's a lot of characters that have attacks grounded that could hit you in the air. So just be aware of that. But other than that, this is really good. Just know the character's height and the correct height where you want to float at, where you can evade most of their attacks if they try to hit you, and you can punish them with your dare, or you can land on top of them with an air, however you like. It's really good for punishing dash attacks. You can just float over it and then just hit the opponent as they're coming at you. So there you go. Height management is really good. Also, you can float backwards. Use the second jump, like jump, second jump, change your momentum real quick. Or just go near your opponent like that, so that way they try to come at you, you can evade the attack and then come at them. So it's really good for an evasion tactic. Just don't get too happy with floating in the air too much. Please don't do this a lot, because there's a lot of characters that can just jump in on you. This move is fast but has crappy range. This move has good range but it's slow. This, she could get hit from the waist up, doesn't have that much horizontal range. And her bear doesn't really have that much range. The hitbox is a little bit just jointed. Due on her back air animation, it's a little bit further than that. I tested it out, but again, she's really open if you're just doing this from a distance. Characters who have a good air game or projectile, they can just shoot you down. So just don't get too happy with that. All right, now the next thing I want to talk about with her floating is mixing it with short hop air dodge. Like you can short hop air dodge and then float out the way, so psych your opponent out and then come at them, or short hop air dodge, act like you're gonna do something offensive, land grab them. It's really good mix up, so just get used to mixing it up. You have a lot of options you can do out of this. You can do a short hop, evade the attack, and then get a footstool to a dare. The way to get a floating footstool is when you footstool someone, just hold down. See how I'm floating? So after you jump, just hold down, and you'll automatically get that. So you can evade an attack and footstool somebody like this. Oops, my bad. And then start a combo however you want. So yeah, good way to mix up your approaches. When you mix it up, it makes it really hard for your opponent to tell when you're gonna hit them and when they can hit you. So you could bait some openings and just take advantage. So be aware of that as a tool to use. And now the last thing that I want to talk about in terms of floating. Oh, real quick, for floating, there's stuff like this, QFR, which is stands for quick float release. I believe I talked about that in my last video. No, the last video was the combo one. But anyway, if you want to know how to do this, which is really good for Peach, it's like pretty much the same applications for wave dashing and melee. You can look down in the description and I have a link to the QFR video to step up your movement and the uses of it to make it really, really crisp. So if you don't know about QFR, I suggest check out that video. It's really important to Peach's gameplay, and it basically feels like you're playing melee all over again. So yeah, with that out the way, the last thing I want to talk about is Peach. She has a little trick with her floating on the ledge. Now in Brawl, when you float onto the ledge, you see she will end up like right here. In this game, she ends up a little bit higher. In Brawl, you float off the ledge, you will be like really close to the ground. So in this game, it's not really that useful except for like maybe a surprise attack here and there. So the way to float off the ledge is jump and hold down. Basically, like if you're on the ground, like floating like this, just do the same thing off the ledge. Make sure you hit jump first, because if you hit down and then that's what's gonna happen. So make sure you hit jump first, and then you get that. But the trick is, you can actually get up onto the ledge very quickly. She has the fastest get up option in the game, I believe. I know, I believe it was My Smash Corner that made a video on the quick get up. I'll link that in the description below so you guys can check that out. But you can only do it on certain stages with certain characters, I believe, or I believe everybody can do it. I'm not too sure, but you can check out that video. It has all the information you need on that, and it's really hard to do. It's like the timing is freaking ridiculous. But thanks to floating with Peach, you can actually cheat and do it on any stage. So let me just demonstrate it right quick. See if I can get it. Oops. Oh my god. Okay, see, if you mess up like that, that's what happens. You will. Okay, that's it, but you can do it a little bit faster. So basically what is happening is, let's slow down the time so you guys can see it. Basically what happens is, you let go of the ledge and then you float onto the stage and there you go. And you get that. So I would suggest practicing it at this speed and then stepping it up until you get it down to a science at regular speed. This is really good if you have your float because it makes your your get up options off the ledge better. Like I said, be careful because if you don't land on the ledge and you go down, that could happen. You'll self-destruct. Or what will happen is you'll go down and then you'll grab the ledge. Like you try to go down and then you grab the ledge and then you grab the ledge twice, so then you're just open for a hit. So just be very careful with that. Let me see if I can actually get it. Okay. You can actually do it, like I said, you can do it faster. I've done it before, but I just turned on the Wii. Oh, okay, there we go. I can do it faster than that, but anyway, there you go. Sorry for the rust. I decided, you know what, I gotta make a Peach video for the kids, man. They've been asking for it, and I haven't done it. So I said, you know what, let me just do what I gotta do, turn on the Wii, and just get straight to recording. I probably should have practiced. I would look less fraudulent. Damn. But anyway, there you go. So I think I covered everything with her floating. If there's anything that I missed, so you guys, I can't talk today. If there's anything that I missed, and you guys have any questions, you can leave those questions in the comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And if I missed a key point that you guys bring up within floating, which I think I covered just about every key point, I'll just make another video of it. I'll just call it Floating Mechanics 1.5, like I did with the combo video. I made a combo video tutorial, and some people, they were like, okay, I see what you're saying with these situations, but how do you do it? What's the execution? This and that. So I had to make a combo video part 2.5 on that. So if it comes to that, with a key mechanic that I missed, then I'll just make the video again. But other than that, I think I covered everything. So thank you all for watching. I hope this video was helpful. Thanks for those people again that shared the video, that like, and the new subscribers I got through this 2016 tutorial edition. And if you're new and you like what you see, you can check out my channel for more Peach tutorial videos, and you can subscribe to my channel for more Peach tutorial videos coming on the way. So the next video we are going to talk about her turnip, which I think is a very crucial and very important. A lot of Peaches as of now, like, you know, the top ones that people talk about so much, like Slayers and Mickey, they don't use turnips as much, which I feel like, in my opinion, they should. But a lot of people, they get discouraged because, like, oh, turnips, they got nerfed, they too slow, I can't really do much with it. And I feel like without the use of turnips, Peach is not going to do as much damage as she should. Because a lot of them, you know, Peaches have good movement, this and that, but again, like her moves such as this, you can't just go in with that. And this on whiff could leave you punished against fast characters. So you need a way to get in on characters that have good speed and outrange you. That's what a projectile is for. Be blessed that you have a projectile. But again, a lot of people get discouraged or don't want to focus to get one, this and that. But I am going to go through an in-depth video on her turnips and how is it very important in her game, and people are partying outside. You guys probably heard that. But whatever, man. So yeah, with that said, thank you for watching. I will see you guys in the next video, which is the turnip game and some pretty cool tricks that I discovered over the past few weeks. So take care, and I'll see y'all next time.